Like many of you, I've been curious about things since I can remember. It's kind of answering the question, I wonder why. I wonder why, for example, good people make and often repeat bad decisions, within our personal life as well as our organizations. The initiative I've been working is to create a platform that will guide somebody through a systemic process to answer any of their I wonder why questions. And there's two types of I wonder why. I wonder why I did something, or I wonder why somebody else did something that might have harmed me or people that I care about, or maybe my organization. This is our first target for this platform of I wonder why. So let me share with you some examples. Imagine if we apply it to our personal life. I wonder why I have not been able to do anything about my weight problem. I'm currently overweight. And why do I find it so difficult to make and sustain good nutritional choices? We've partnered with one of the leading organizations in the world around sports science and nutrition in South Africa to help them answer this question, capitalizing on the insights of tens of thousands of people that follow them. And what makes this category of people very unique is that these are people that can't claim it's ignorance. They have read much materials around what the latest diets are. For example, the low-carb, high-fat diet, for which there's now overwhelming research that for a large percentage of people, this is the key way of solving your weight problem and preventing the avoidable problems around type 2 diabetes. So how does the process work? How does it help us to answer this question, I wonder why I'm doing something or somebody else? Step one in the process simply starts with, so what is this problem that you're facing, or this dark cloud that's been hanging over you? So I'm currently overweight. The next step is, why is this really important to you? Why is it bad for you if you don't solve this problem? Because we want to make sure that people are not wasting their limited attention on solving problems that are not important to them. And they might answer it as, I've developed type 2 diabetes, or maybe it's just really negatively impacting my self-confidence, and that has harmful effects on every aspect of my life. And then the last check that we can do is, why is this really important for the people that you care about? Maybe my family continuously worries about this problem. Maybe even my kids are embarrassed to be seen with me out in the public. So this is the first part of answering I wonder why. I wonder why I haven't really paid attention to this problem. Is it because I might not realize how important it is, or despite realizing how important it is, I haven't paid attention? And that's where step two comes in, is to try to understand then, what is the conflict that I've faced in dealing with this problem? Maybe that can answer the question, I wonder why I haven't successfully dealt with it. And of course, here the conflict is very simple, is on the one side, I feel pressure to change my diet, to make better nutritional choices, maybe follow this recommendation of a low-carb, high-fat diet, versus on the other side, to continue to have high carbs, low fat, essentially eating what I want. And the key part to understanding why I have not yet resolved this conflict is not just to focus on what the unique positives are of making a change to my diet, or the unique negatives of not making the change, because clearly if I didn't know those aspects, that would be under the classification of ignorant. I didn't know what the benefits were of changing my diet, or not, the negatives of not changing it. Often what we see is a very practical way of answering this question, I wonder why, is to focus on the other side, which is, what is the positive, the unique positive or pros that you associate with your current way of eating that you are scared to give up on? And the other aspect, which is, what are the unique negatives of changing your diet that you don't want? The answer there of these fears of loss and risk is often a very practical way to answering this question, I wonder why. Just quickly, the other type of question, I wonder why we often overreact and make bad changes, can be answered by following exactly the same process, but paying attention more to what people are putting in as the negative of the current status quo or the positive of the future, because it's those exaggerated frustrations with the status quo or the exaggerated expectations of the future that can cause us to often overreact and making bad changes. So that's the purpose of this new platform of I Wonder Why, to provide people with a very simple decision support tool that can answer practically those two questions.